Today, I'll talk about operations management for achieving perfection. Perfection in quality, perfection in profit making, perfection for not getting bad feedbacks. जिंदगी में जो कुछ करने का है सब परफेक्ट करने का है. जिंदगी का मजा लो. जिंदगी बहुत ही कीमती है और मज़ेदार है. मज़ेदार तब भी होगा जब क्या आप यू डू एवरीथिंग परफेक्टली, एंड दैट इज नॉट प्रॉब्लम. That is easy. Only thing, you should have the passion for that. That means you must have the passion that any job I do, it's my signature. No one should be able to point a finger to it. छोटा काम हो या बड़ा काम हो, काम काम ही होता है. काम कोई छोटा नहीं होता है, बड़ा भी नहीं होता है. If somebody is cleaning the road, he must feel proud that if I pass through this road, the road is absolutely clean. No one will be able to find any dirts. If somebody is the managing director of a company, he should feel proud that whatever conditions in which I have taken, today it is performing much better in all respect. It is making profit, it is making more production and services. Here people are happier to work for the organization. Now all these things need two things. One, production just in time, and another, lean production system. Just in time first started in Japan. Japanese are very smart people, you know. So I'll talk today about operations management contribution or responsibilities to ensure that all materials are available just in time so that production line goes smoothly, and once a product is manufactured, it is transported in time. There is no place where there is a laxity. And I'll also discuss about lean production system. Now, green gear cycling, let us understand. It is designed and manufactures high performance travel bikes. Strategy is mass customization with low inventory, work cells, and elimination of machine setup. You know, if you can supply all the parts just in time, then only you can have low inventory. Major focus on just in time and supply chain management. This is very important. If you make a cycle, everything you have done, but you have not got the supply of the bell. Now, without putting the bell on the handle of the cycle, you cannot say that it is finished. So you have to wait. So you must ensure that all parts required are available for production. Because if you cannot ensure that just the supply chain management properly, then what will happen? You will have to keep a big inventory, and inventory means cost. your bank money is stuck, and bank money stuck means you go on paying interest on that. One day throughput time, that means in one day how much you can produce in minimum time. Focus on quality. Now, doing things in a hurry, sometimes we lose the quality aspect. That is not tolerable. Focus on quality. Just in time is a philosophy of continuous and forced problem solving that supports lean production. Lean production supplies the customer with their exact wants. When customer wants it without waste. Key issues are continual improvement and a pull system. Waste reduction. Waste reduction is anything that does not add value from the customer's point of view. Storage, inspection, delay, waiting in queue, and defective products do not add value and are 100% wastage. Waste reduction. Faster delivery, reduced work in process, faster throughput, all reduce waste. Reduced waste reduces room for error, emphasizing quality. Reduced inventory releases assets for other productive purposes. Variability reduction. Just-in-time systems require managers to reduce variability caused by both internal and external factors. Variability is a suitable definition from optimum process. Inventory hides variability. Less variability results in less wastage. Causes of variability: employees, machines, suppliers produce units that do not conform to standard, are late, or are not the proper quality. It is caused wastage. Engineering drawing or specifications are inaccurate. That will also cause wastage. Wastage means loss of money. Production personnel try to produce before drawing and specifications are complete. Customer demand are unknown. These are the causes of variability. Pull versus push system. All pull system uses signals to request production and delivery from upstream stations. Upstream stations only produce when signaled. System is used within the immediate production process and with suppliers. Pull versus push system again. By pulling the material in same small lots, inventory cushions are removed, exposing problems and emphasizing continual improvement. Manufacturing cycle time is reduced. Push system dump order on downstream station regardless of the need. Distance reduction. Large lots and long production lines with single purpose machine are being replaced by smaller flexible cells, often U-shaped for shorter path and improved communication. often using group technology concepts. Impact on employees. Employees are cross-trained for flexibility and efficiency. Improved communication facilitate the passing of important information about the process. With little or no inventory buffer, getting it right the first time is critical, because if you do second time, that costs money. That means reduction in profit. Inventory is at the minimum level necessary to keep the operations running. Operations manager must know inventory at the minimum level necessary to keep the operations running. Just-in-time inventory tactics are: use a pull system to move inventory, reduce lot size, develop just-in-time delivery system with suppliers, deliver directly to the point of use, perform to schedule, reduce setup time, use group technology. Reduce setup cost how? High setup cost encourage large lot sizes. Reducing setup cost reduces lot size and reduces average inventory. Setup time can be reduced through preparation prior to shutdown and changeover. Now this shows reduced setup time. I am not explaining. This is a case study. You please read it. Scheduling. Schedules must be communicated inside and outside the organization. Level schedules process frequent small batches. Freezing the schedule helps stability. Kanban means, it's a Japanese term, it means signals used in a pull system. It also uses, user removes a standard size container. Signal is seen by producing department as authorization to replenish. More Kanban. When the producer and the user are not in visual contact, a card can be used. When the producer and user are in visual contact, a light or flag or empty spot on the floor may be adequate. Since several components may be required, several different Kanban techniques may be employed. More Kanban. Usually, each card controls a specific quantity or parts. Multiple card system may be used if there are several components or different lot size. Kanban cards provide a direct control and limit on the amount of work in place between cells. Kanban signals how it goes. I am showing you pictorially. advantage of Kanban. What are those? They allow only limited amount of faulty or delayed material. Problems are immediately evident, puts down pressure on bad aspect of inventory. Standardized container, reduced weight, disposal cost, wasted space and labor. Quality, strong relationship, just in time cut the cost of obtaining good quality, because just in time exposes pure quality. Because lead time are shorter, quality problems are exposed sooner. Better quality means fewer buffers and allows simpler just-in-time system to be used. Employees' empowerment is very important. Empowered employees bring their knowledge and involvement to daily operations. Some traditional staff tasks can move to empowered employees. Training and cross-training and fewer job classification can mean enriched job. Companies gain from increased commitment from employees. Lean production. Different from just-in-time in that it is externally focused on the customer, often called the Toyota Production System, that is TPS. In practice, just-in-time, lean system and TPS are often essentially the same. The 5S you kindly remember: short, segregate; simplify, straighten; shine, sweep; standardize; sustain, self-defense, self-discipline; safety, support and maintenance. 7 wastage: overproduction, queues, transportation, inventory, motion, over-processing, defective product. A broader perspective suggests other resources like energy and water are wasted, but should not be. I like to tell you here, wastage means loss of money. The money which could have brought profit to the company is being wasted because of the overproduction, queues, transportation, inventory, motion, over-processing, defective products. Now, the production, the profit, unless the company profits from your work and the job done by you, your job is at stake today or tomorrow. A company which makes loss will not survive, cannot survive. And today a company may be making profit. You do not know tomorrow it may make loss. So you must make enough profit today when time is good, so that in the bad time it can use as a buffer. That is why you all the time must ensure that wastage is not there and company makes profit.
Whenever you buy a complex piece of equipment such as a TV or a car, do you ever wonder how exactly it all came together? Well, ever since the Industrial Revolution, that how has been a vital question for many businesses. Today we're going to look at how in post-war Japan, Toyota helped to create one of the smartest production systems that we have, named just-in-time. We'll look at how it works and how you can apply the philosophy and practices to many other areas of your business. After World War II, Japan faced some difficult problems. They didn't have a lot of cash, resources were scarce, and there wasn't a lot of free land to expand factories. However, Taiichi Ohno at Toyota managed to turn these problems into advantages by slowly creating the just-in-time system. The idea didn't come all at once, it's more that through the 50s and 60s, various changes were implemented and improved until the 70s, where the wider world began to realize the benefits and adopted a similar approach. So, what is just-in-time? The philosophy is to make the entire production system only work with what it needs and to minimize wait times between each stage. The biggest savings is normally around inventory. Before just-in-time, a company would keep a warehouse filled with the parts and raw materials it needed. When supplies were getting low, they'd reorder when they had just enough to keep going until the new delivery came. But Toyota realized, what if you just keep making that same order as soon as the next one arrives? That way, you never need to keep this stockpile of spare parts. The cost savings were huge since warehousing is seriously expensive. You need to pay for a massive space, power, staff, security, and for all the parts that are just sitting there waiting, not making you money or adding value to your product. And this is the core of just-in-time. You look at each area of production and ask, is this adding value to the product? If it isn't, maybe there's a better way to do it. You cut everything down to its most efficient form with almost no room for error, which is where the risk in just-in-time lies. Toyota used Japan's relatively small size to its advantage. You could rely on suppliers delivering exactly on time because they only had to travel small distances. This is important because if you get problems with supply, it can shut down the whole system. But it's normally worth the risk because the savings are huge on inventory and staff costs. More than this though, you're forced to create a working philosophy that there's no room for error. You don't have spare parts or spare time, so you have to make sure everything functions perfectly. Often, efficiency comes at the cost of quality, but not in this case. In just-in-time, you're forced into quality in order to be efficient. That's why it's applicable to many other areas of business. The best way to think about it is if we simplify everything to two approaches: just-in-time and just-in-case. With just-in-case, you're trying to minimize risk by always giving yourself a buffer. You'll carry extra stock so you can swap out faulty items. You'll overstaff certain areas because they've occasionally had too much work to deal with. You'll support a service that just a few customers ask for. With just-in-time, you don't simply cut these areas and cross your fingers that nothing bad happens. No, you work out how you can avoid them happening in the first place. Because this is money that's wasted unless a bad thing happens, you're effectively investing in mistakes. Better quality control means staff can trust the stock that they have so they don't need a backup. As for workloads, the only reason one department is hit by a workload that they can't handle is because there's not enough visibility between departments. If your sales team know the capacity of production and its current status, then they won't put in an order that can't be filled. And as for offering a service with limited customer appeal, well, maybe you cut it out completely, or you just find a way to merge it with other services so the resources it requires are absolutely minimal. When done well, the just-in-time philosophy should be good for morale too, because the whole point of it is telling your staff, I'm trusting you to perform consistently.